All right, so I'm fairly pretty much in the picture. Going to do a little bit of a sound check here to see if you can even hear this. Oh, it's so hard. I got this cheese right here. Love smoked cheese. No, that's good. Also got all these eggs over here. Oh shit! I took these out of the refrigerator. I better put them back. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of cheese smoking, and everybody knows the hardest part about smoking cheese is keeping it lit. Joke usually does pretty well. Okay, but no. Over the Thanksgiving holiday, I got to spend some time over at my brother and sister-in-law's house, and he brought out cheese. I mean, copious blocks of cheese, just getting it out, and they were all smoked. And I thought, oh man, there's nothing I like more about, especially the holidays, when they have the people bring those big trays full of meats and cheese and vegetables and all that kind of stuff. And if they got smoked cheese on it, that's the best part of all. And that's really what motivated me to ask the question, dude, where'd you get all this smoked cheese? And so he showed me a device that I will share with you here in a little bit that I went out and bought myself. But it's a cold smoke generator that will turn my ordinary barbecue into a place to smoke the cheese. And it's going to be, right now it's winter time. This is the best time to be doing it because in the summertime, it's pretty warm outside. And you need a cold temperature to be able to smoke cheese. And so that's the best part about right now. It's like 29, it's 30 degrees outside right now. So this will be perfect. We'll be able to smoke the cheese. It'll be cold. If you're over 80 degrees, the cheese becomes fondue, which is not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to keep it a nice block smoked cheese. And anyways, I've got to set up the barbecue. We'll go out and do that right now because I haven't even installed this thing on it. Installation is going to be simple. I got to drill a hole in the side of the barbecue and plug the smoker up against it, and we'll see how that goes. So let's get going on this. I got some old smoked cheese here just for motivation. And it's pretty exciting. God, that's so good. I got to get going. This is the smoker unit that I was telling you about. It's a cold smoke generator. And the way it works, this is pretty slick actually. This is the plunger right here. Now you see down in there? That is a little cute firebox. You see that? All the way down in there. It's got the igniter and it's got the box right there. And then the part that's sticking out, this bolt, comes all the way out the side down here. That's a hollow bolt. And what happens is it generates the smoke in here. This has got a switch to turn on here. But inside is also, I don't know if you can see the intake port. It's got a fan port on it. There it is. That's the fan port. That's the intake for the air. So it's going to blow that, and then what will happen is the smoke will blow out to there. Now to get this to work correctly, and first of all it does involve electricity to get this going. This is kind of interesting. It's a cigarette lighter from a car, right? That's what those are. So the power supply that we're going to have to plug into the wall is just like the, it's an AC version of a car electrical plug, I guess, 12 volt power thing. So anyways, the way that this is going to have to work is we're going to have to put this, and this is my barbecue here. We'll back up and show you the whole picture. Oh, and that's Piper. She's still stuck to my ankle as we're doing this. This is going to be the barbecue that we're going to use. And the reason I picked this one here is this is my my barbecue that we use with briquettes and wood. And so this one doesn't get used as much as, say, the gas or the pellet stove that I have, or the pellet Traeger that I have. But we're going to go ahead and use this one here because, first of all, it's available. Second thing is I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to get this to work. Here's the problem I've got. Okay, you see this door? It is a solid thing to the side there. Now, ideally, They show, I think it's the Weber Genesis grills. You can take and park this right up against the side of a Weber Genesis grill, and it will go through a part of the hinge that is solid. There's nothing blocking it there. So the problem we got is I'm gonna have to put a hole in this thing, but every time we want to open it to check on the cheese or whatever, I'm going to have to pull this back, then I can open it. And then when I go to restart it again and restart the smoking, we're gonna have to plug this in here and put it back into the hole and get it started again. I don't know if that's gonna be a problem or not, but from what I understand, this hole that the smoke comes out, after about an hour of operation, the hole starts getting plugged up with residue from the smoke. So tar and ash and stuff like that starts to block that up. And they actually have a tool that comes with it that you jam into there and twist it and then pull it out, and it will pull all that stuff out. And you're supposed to do the clearing of that every now and then. So I figured, well, if I've got to do the clearing of it, then I might as well just have it so I could just pull it out, clear it, put it back in. So maybe this, not having this permanently rigged up, because if it was going through a wall of the barbecue somewhere, I would have to be reaching into the grill to get to that point every single time. So I don't know if that's a great thing. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to set this up for, I'm going to drill the hole so that we could just put it in and take it out whenever we want. Piece of cake. All right, so what'll happen is we'll put the cheese in here. We will close the door. This unit will be lit and we'll just put it right up to it. Let her go. The dogs are outside and they're ready for me to come out and start working on the barbecue. There's something going on over there. I bet you the cat's walking the fence. So outside temperature right now is 31 degrees. Oh, it came up a little bit. Got the cheese sitting out here. Make sure you get the cheese is sitting out right here and getting ready to go. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to leave the cheese out at room temperature and almost to the point where it starts to get a little bit oily on the surface of it. And that's supposed to help it so that when you go to smoke it, it's going to absorb the flavor a lot better. Here's the problem. I got it out of the refrigerator, and refrigerator's temperature is probably about 39 degrees or so. It's not super cold in there, but it's about 39, 40 degrees. Get it out here. We're going to go to room temperature. We're going to try to get this cheese to be a little bit, you know, like I said, oily about that. And then after that, we're going to put it in a barbecue that's probably about 31 degrees. So I don't know how this is going to work. This could be kind of tough. We might actually have to heat up the smoke chamber, which you're not supposed to do. We'll see what happens. Okay, just took a second to take a look at the instructions before I fire this up for the first time, and I realized that we need to do a break-in burn on it. So I'm going to get ready to do that. I was going to show you these other parts too. This is the part that you use to clean out the tube on occasion. So I don't know, I did a lot of reading and they said it needs to be done about every hour of smoking time, and it just simply inserts into there, and I guess you just kind of waggle it around and pull out the parts. It'd be tar and ash and things like that. This is a measuring cup that comes with a bunch of pellets. I've got my own smoking pellets, but this one came with some in it, so I'm going to use these to help with the break-in. These are supposedly apple, so we'll see how that smells. But we're going to go ahead and start this up. I've got everything all plugged in now, so let's give it a shot. See what happens. Not going to use the full container. They say for a full 3 hours, that's what this cup is for. So I don't need quite that much. We need to do enough for a 30-minute break-in. And it's kind of a good thing that this came along about now too anyways, because the cheese is still inside there and it still needs to get a lot more, I don't know, up to room temperature. It's still not quite there. So 30 more minutes wouldn't hurt. So So we'll go ahead and take this. And the way this works is you put this on and push down so that we can lock it. And then we turn it on, like so. And it's got a little power button here on the side of the smoke chief that is on. And oh geez, look at that. Oh man, that's cool, already working. Okay, so that goes in there like that, but sheesh. Not a big fan of apple. I'm a hickory and mesquite kind of person. So, okay, that's the way it's going to work for us when we're using it. Now I don't hear the fan on or anything. I know that there is a fan here, and maybe what it does is, oh, you can see, wow, this is really cool. All right, look over here, you can see it coming out of there. Now, part of the reason why I chose this unit here to be the one I'm going to do the smoking in is because it's got this chimney here that can be tightened down. So you could cinch it all the way down and really hold that smoke in there. So that's going to be pretty darn handy. Okay, now I can hear the fan running. All right, so we need 30 minutes of burn time. I'm just so curious now to see just how much is going in there. All right, so if we unhook that and open that up, oh, look at that. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Look at the way that works. Oh, wow, that is cool. Okay, so we'll go ahead and let this continue and finish out its smoke run. Get the inside of that barbecue all nice and smoky. And as soon as that's all done breaking in, we'll go ahead and bring the cheese out and let the games begin. Oh, this is really cool. I gotta do that again. That was just really cool. Look at that. Oh, cold smoke. Oh. Back in action. We are back. It is a little after 6:30 now, and this is December, so check it out. Boom! It's dark outside. That means that our cheese is still smoking out on the grill there. Let's go out and see if we can. Let's go out and see if we can find it first of all. But the smoker's been going, and let's see if it's still smoking. So let's go check that out right now. Look at that. Still smoking away, looking good. Oh, that's kind of trippy. Did you see that? The smoke is coming out of that little screw hole down there. Wow. Okay, let's take a look at the temperature. I can't hold it directly on there so you could see it, but you can see that this thing is still, I mean, it's not even reading on the barrel temperature at all, which that's pretty cool. And here, of course, is the smoker. I'll try something here. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Let's see. Yeah, there's still pellets in there, so it's still smoking away. I'm trying to decide just how long I'm going to let this go. Today is cheese day. I've had to wait 7 days now for the cheese to finish its maturing process, which means I just took them off of the smoker and those nice shelves that we had out of that huge cloud of smoke, and wrapped them up in a shrink wrap or saran wrap. Put the blocks into the refrigerator and let them sit there for 7 days. It's supposed to take 7 days, and during that time it is supposed to help mellow the flavor a little bit and help the smoke get into the actual cheese itself. So we're going to try them out now and see how we did. All right, so the blocks, I took them out of the saran wrap and put them back into a single bag, but what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and cut small pieces off there. And let's see, we'll start out. Here's the pepper jack. I'll just cut a nice thin slice off there. Dun, 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 dun. And the cheddar. Sorry for the counter being a little bit of a mess, but it's the holiday season. This kitchen has been in almost 24-hour, well, not quite 24-hour, but it's been doing a lot of cooking and specific holiday type projects for the last couple weeks now. Okay, got a pepper on it. And then the last one, that's the cheddar. And this is the Monterey Jack. Now, when you go to a store and go to buy smoked cheese, you're going to find it's pretty expensive stuff. So it's kind of fun to be able to take these. They're all relatively inexpensive off-brand cheeses and put them in the smoker and make something really cool. So let's go ahead and see what this is going to be like here. I'll go ahead and step back into the better light again. Here, okay. So this first piece here, this is the Monterey Jack, straight Monterey Jack. Nothing tricky about it. I'm gonna try that. Holy cow. I just made that better. Oh, wow. It has got a ton of flavor to it. I think Monterey Jack is definitely one of the better cheeses to be using for smoking. It's just, it's kind of a bland cheese to begin with, but boy, it sure absorbed a lot of the flavor on that one. Okay, that's a good one. Let's try the next one. This is cool. I'm making videos and eating on them. It's really awesome. Okay, so here's the second one. This is cheddar, regular cheddar. Definitely got some smoke flavor to it, but it's not as strong in flavor as a Monterey Jack. But it's not bad. I think it's good. I think it added a definite flavor to it, but it doesn't quite have as much of a punch as that first one did. And then let's go to the last one. This is the Jack cheese. Excuse me, pepper jack. See, it's got the little pepper flakes in it. I'm going to try that one now. Oh, that's good. Okay, so that one, very much like the Monterey Jack, because it's got the same chemistry to it. But then it's got the bite in the end of the heat. So it's got a lot of flavor with heat. This is definitely also a very good choice. So I'll have to try other ones as I go along. I've kind of done a little bit of reading about them, and it seems like, whew, it just really kicked in right there. So, okay, I'm going to need some water here shortly. Anyways, very good. But I have done a little bit of reading on it. It seems like the cheeses that are like in the Montereys and the softer kind of cheeses tend to absorb better than like a sharp. And you know, I think that the cheddar is probably more of a sharp than this. It's a lot more dense kind of cheese, at least as far as according to my cheeseology. Well, the Smoke Chief Cold Smoke Generator was a big success, and I put a link down below if you want to use that, if you're interested in purchasing one of those. If you use that link, it will take you to an Amazon page, and it doesn't cost any more using that link than if you looked it up yourself. However, if you do use that link, it will send us a couple of bucks. That way we can keep bringing cool videos like this to you. And if you like this video, please feel free to subscribe. There's a subscribe bar down. Let me see, it's backward because I'm this. Well, anyways, it's down there. You know where it is. You can subscribe to our channel here. And if you ring the bell, of course, it'll notify you every time we post something new. Also, I would encourage you to go to our webpage, which is potentialadventure.com, and sign up there. We've got all kinds of articles, we've got galleries, we've got different things that we've done, we've got other things with food, just like this one was. So anyhow, give that a try, and see you next time. Yeah, there's like fur on the camera lens. What the hell happens in here when I'm not in here?